Well, good morning and welcome to Wake Up Wednesday. I'm standing up today. They actually say that's a good idea anyway. I'm doing it specifically because I want to show you my new shirt, my birthday shirt. Blessed by God, spoiled by my husband, protected by both. And so I thought that was pretty sweet. It came in yesterday and I love being able to wear it. And I believe that they are both true. So today I'm thinking about the topic of transformation. And I know that we may think that it's not a big deal, but in all honesty, it's happening. Change is happening, whether you're aware of it or not, because nothing is fixed or solid. Everything is in motion, always, from the cells in your body to the desk that's holding this computer, the earth, the universe, the galaxies. It's not fixed. And so change is inevitable. So my idea and my thing is that how do I direct, if change is happening anyway, what kind of change do I want to experience and how do I participate in that? So the definition is a thorough or dramatic change in form or appearance. And so that is the definition of transformation. And then one of my favorite scriptures, last, 30, 40 years, is Romans 12:2. It was actually my very first email address, whenever that was RC Regina Carroll renewing RC renewing. And that renewing was to me about transformation. And then we're going to go into in just a second the butterfly. And I am all about the butterfly and the story of being in the cocoon and the transformation. So Romans 12:2, you're probably familiar with it, says to be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So that's the key there is, and we've talked about these things, thoughts become things, you are what you think. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. It's thoughts are super, super important, just as our belief system, just as our words, all these things are in motion and in play. But this one is talking about specifically that Greek word transformed is metamorpho, and that's a form of metamorphosis, which is the transformation of the butterfly. So you also know that this Ready to Fly, it is a book, a collection, it's an anthology, a collection of stories by women for women. And my point is, see this beautiful woman, and then it has the butterfly on it. My story is in here. It's called The Girl in the Glass, but it's what she says at the beginning that I wanted to read to you because I think it's so beautifully said. This is my good friend Crystal Blue. She was just with me in Mexico at my daughter's retreat at CNCon, so she is a good friend. So this butterfly was chosen to be on the cover to honor the process of transformation, casting off the old and growing into the new. As you may know, transformation can be a painful process. It's a letting go of the past, releasing our old identity, facing the should haves and negative beliefs about our self worth, maybe even finding our rock bottom. And through the depths of transformation, we hide in our cocoon, we isolate ourselves, we turn into a pile of unrecognizable human jelly. And then somehow we magically start to put ourselves back together with a new determination and will. We slowly creep out of the cocoon, strengthening our wings as we go. And when we come out on the other side, we are stronger and lighter because of it. Bravely exploring the world with new eyes and a new awareness, embracing our true selves, claiming, I am awesome. I can fly. And I love that message. And the idea that, yes, it can be scary, it can be uncomfortable. It's like, who will I become? What will people think? What will happen to my existing relationships if I change and other people don't like the change? It's like it feels like a risk. But in the end, we have to be true to ourselves and be who we are. So I love the energy of motion, excitement personally, curiosity. I have a large appetite for life. I want to experience as much as I can. I want to explore new terrain. I want to get outside of my comfort zone. I want to consider another viewpoint. I want to look through another lens and have a shift in perspective. And if you keep on doing what you've always done, that ain't going to happen. So we have to find ways. And let me say that I think it's important to understand that this isn't just a random, um, this is, to me, it's trusting the process. I'm not doing this on my own. I am connected to divine intelligence, to a higher source, to spirit. I feel like my life is being guided and led if I have the courage to follow the calling. What's the tug on my heart, right? What is that next right thing, that next piece of information, that next person that I meet, that next connection that I make, being at the right place at the right time? I think this is really what sparked a lot of the angel book workshops that I've been doing, which I did the first one. This is June 1st. In June of last year. So, this is my 1 year anniversary of when I started that. And I plan to do another one at the end of the month. I'll give you more information later. And I would love for you to attend because I'm going to do it online so you can join me. Anyway, back to this whole idea of being guided and being led and taking the next step on the journey that I think is really a huge piece for all of us is what's calling. Is it that next the piece of information you need? So in other words, is there a class? Is there a course that you want to take? Is there a piece of information that intrigues you that you would like to explore? Is it in the creativity realm? Is it taking an art class or learning more about photography? Is it getting a counselor to help you work through some things that you feel like you're stuck on? Is it having a guide or a coach or a mentor? These are all things that could be possibilities. Is it the next book? It's just divine right timing and then having the courage to take really it can be a baby step. It's okay. We all have to do things at our own pace and what we're comfortable with. And so I want to also show you something that I think is exciting, and it may not be a big deal to you. Maybe you have a lot of these, but I have a new tattoo, and I know I'm going to include a picture so you can see it better. So these are the butterflies. So see, I really, really mean it. They're on me because I am all about this change and growth and transformation and living a bigger, better, higher, more fulfilling life. And so these represent there's the butterfly, which represents the butterfly, but then they also represent to me my three children. So I have three. The first one is my daughter Rachel, who is basically living in Mexico, doing amazing things, supporting women and being their best self, falling in love with who they are and not worrying too much about what the world tells us. And she is making a difference in the lives of women. And her color, they all have a color. This one is ruby. They're still healing. I just did this last week. It was my birthday gift to myself, my 59th birthday. And so hers is red ruby. She's a July baby. The next one is Craig, my middle son, my firstborn son, my middle child, and he is in Egypt playing football. And so he's having a grand adventure exploring and seeing what's next for him. And then he will return to Hawaii at the end of the month. And he is blue. He's a September baby. That's Sapphire. And then last and certainly not least is my youngest son, Brian. He is in Texas, just moved like today, I think. maybe yesterday down to Brownsville, and he's having new adventures. And he is green. He's a May baby, and he is very artistic, and he is a deep soul, and he is on the path of discovering what's next in his life and on his journey. And I love what they're up to, and I love the changes that they're seeing and making in their lives. And that's not always the case. So I have transformed, and I love supporting them in their transformation. And so I think at the end of the day, what really speaks to me is that life is short, change is inevitable. So, what direction do you want to move your life in? You know, we're not guaranteed tomorrow. I think more than ever, maybe we understand that in a different way. So we've got to live life, be brave, be bold, be beautiful. If you need to go inside or if you need to spread your wings, do what works for you. Know that you are blessed, and hopefully you're spoiled, and for sure you are protected. So I will see you next week on Wake Up Wednesday.